think we can start na, no? Is it okay to start na, everyone?
Okay ra, ma'am.
Okay. I hope dili ra ko lang murag nagka-problema ko internet diri ron sa opisina. Anyways, highways. Okay, let me start. Loading kayo kung kuan. Ang ako ang siguro na ni. O kabaw if ako ning PC or ako ning ako ani dili. Ang internet. Okay. Loading. Okay. I believe we have already discussed forms 1 to C, no? So I have posted a venue, this one. It's form 1 upload because I would like to request everyone to please, per group submit your form 1 within the week. I think I also set a deadline. This is due on the 18th. This is to ensure that tanan groups have identified and identified advisors and na-accept na sila sa advisors, no? So, muna siya. Requiring you to submit Form 1. We already discussed Form 2C, and today I'll be discussing Form 2D. This is just with regards to the formatting of the to be submitted proposal paper, no? And Form 3, Form 4, and Form 4A are documents for the defense, no? I'll be discussing that maybe early December. For now, I'm in a bit kanang gadali-dali na ko nga ma-present ninyo ang Form 2D para ma-layout na ninyo properly ang inyong proposal, no? Our target for defense proposal hearing is around the mid of December. That's or second week of December. So hopefully you'll be able to submit your proposals by the end of November or first week December. That's from the 4th to the 8th para makasugod na ta maybe around 11 or the 18th, no? Para di kita magkara-kara and you have enough time to do your revisions. Okay, I hope that's clear. Let's proceed with our discussion. Sa'yo, Form 2D. Okay. Guys, klaro rata guys? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, klaro ra, no? Anang medyo ako ang tingo kay murag pasensyain na bitaw ni wa na ulian sa ubo. Hapit na ni buwan akong tingo kay nani. Anyways, so first is your theoretical background, no? So naka-attach na to ang inyong other forms, naka-attach na tong form nga with the objective, no? I think it's form 2C. Form 2D is the unod na gyud of your document. So it starts with the theoretical background. If you notice in your readings and your references, mausad ni siya ang introduction, no? So introduction, you may rename it as introduction or we could call it as theoretical background, however you may wish. Okay, so it tells the story in an objective manner with the aim of the following. Please take note that as presented here in the document, it is bulleted, but in your presentation, in your paper, it should be in paragraph form. No? So if you notice in your readings, naka-paragraph form tanan and very minimal bullets if ever na amang gani. So basically you are telling the story here, and this is not your place to give your comments or your inputs, no? So you're just summarizing all of your readings and um, what's that name? Weaving the stories together of the different previous studies that you have encountered. Okay, so the aim is to establish the research problem context. Identified here is from the bigger context to the specific context. It should comprise a concise yet complete statement of the need or problem, which is the basis of your proposed research proposal, and the cause of the said problem and its possible solution. Um, so, unsa may pasabot aning bigger context to specific context. No? So, we always start from the bigger perspective because um, most likely, our problem, uh, possibly it's localized, but in a bigger or more generalized in a ge- in a bigger and more generalized perspective, there are variations of these problems in other countries, no? Or possibly the same problem in other countries, but somehow the methodologies or ways on how these are addressed are different, no? Different takes on how to address the same problem. Yan, di ba? That's okay. That's also a research endeavor, no? Changing the methodologies. So from the bigger context, example, the problem on glass, no? You may notice nga there is ato siguro mas sustainable or maybe katong pag elementary pa ninyo uso pa kay to ang katong botelya nga glass, no? Nga mga coke ana pa, di ba, nga iuli pa depositohan ina na. I think they're still present but not as dominant as they were before. Kay karon uso namang 7-Eleven yung naka plastic bottles na kasagaran na to drinks. Anyways, let's say glass issue ang atong concern. But in the bigger context meaning global perspective, in the global arena, there is butantag wala no example lang niya, walay data on the disposal or the waste generation of glass. For example lang, okay. So, mo na siya, walay data. So, you could go uh, be resourceful and maybe give some correlation. No? Unsa may lain ako pwede ma-present nga statistics to indicate nga naagyoy possibly dako nga problem on waste glass. No? So, pwede ana niyang statistics ninyo pakita at the global scale is the production of glass. Kaya if there's production, obviously there would be waste. Inana pa. No? So, kamo na pangita o pamaagi nga makorelate ninyo ang inyong mga data presentation. So, let's say because of the non-existing data on global level nga waste glass, ang inyo i-present kay waste production. So, pwede na siya naka-graph nga cumulative waste cumulative glass. Ako tangtangon ang kuan ha kaning background kay dili makita ko hand gestures. Ay, sorry. Okay. So, pwede ninyo magpakita nga cumulative siya nga from unsay existing nga makuha ninyo nga data nga from 10 years ago or 15 years ago nga naagi increase di ay in production of glass as evidenced by the increase in the volume of production of glass. Okay. Mura man siya related nga if there's increased production in volume then tendencies are nasa increased in waste, no? Okay. Or you could show a bar chart showing the different contributions, no? Maybe 30% production is from China, then the other percentage are distributed to different countries, no? Major producers of waste gas. Ina na siya. From the bigger context. And then you zoom into your specific context. Maybe you first give data on waste production na, no? So glass waste in the Philippine level, or maybe glass waste na specific in Cebu if you have the data. Pwede sa nimo statistics ang glass waste, kanang statistics siya, year, no? Year. Glass waste, identified glass waste in the whole Philippines, inana siya. Basta from the bigger perspective to the smaller specific context, no? Or maybe to a more specific context if you're trying to address a specific type of glass. Kaya may nakaagi ko aning soda lime glass, no? Na specific glass for kaning mga bottles for kaning beverages. Ya lahi sad ni ang mga bottles sa mga kaning mga sliding doors, sliding windows, lahi sad na sila. Ya lahi sad ning glass sa kanang mga suga, no? So maybe if you want to focus example for this case, a specific type of glass incorporated into whatever material, construction material you wish to produce, then you could also include that as part of your statistics, because we need to show that indeed there is a problem. No, there is a problem, and you could only show in the engineering field. You could only show, or you could really only show. You could greatly justify, um, clearly present your ideas through statistical values, no? Quantified man ta pirmi or kadaghanan, no? Quantified moves at or what. And we appreciate more ba if there is a quantification of things. I hope that's clear. So identify the specific principles, theories, models, etc. that have been or will be used to substantiate the problem being considered. Which studies establish, verified, or adopted such principles, theories, models, etc. So, um, yes, as part of our background, we need to consider the discussions, no? Discussions on the principles or models created by previous researchers that justifies, maybe the change in methodology, no? Example on models. Um, Akong background ani on the models is on transportation, no? So, example katong potholes. Ang model na create for India is inani ang mga parameters. They were noted as part of the discussion because it was one of the turning point on which parameters to consider, katong distance from the canal, traffic volume, design mixture of the pavement, kana siya. They were part of the models, or they were parameters, no? Variables siya kanang XYZ sa to equation. They were variables in the models produced by the Indian study. Later on, it was shown as output sa group nilang Rios, nga the model produced by the Indian study is different from the model produced by the Philippine study, and that served as a background on the discussion of the proposed new model based on the Philippine context. Inana siya ba? Imo siyang itap later on ika discussion ninyo unsay similarities and differences, and give the reason as to why uh, the similarities and differences came about. Murag inana siya. So importante ni nga naka-state na beforehand ang kaning mga principles, theories, and models, because it will show later on in your results in discussion, and understanding beforehand the models, theories, and principles, um, developed by previous researchers, because it shows nga inyong gistudihan na ang ilahang mga studihan, and na na-appeal na ni siya ninyo sa inyong partial analysis sa inyong buhaton. Ina na. Kagets ra? Hello. Ma'am, daghang kay kagiyaw-yaw galisod na may sabot. Kasi kagets ra ta? Hello.
Yes.
Okay, sige, thank you. So, inanana siya, no? So, unsa man gyud yung pasabot ana ma'am nga nganong kailangan gyud mi makatuon. So, let's say balik katong transportation model on the potholes development. So, ang imuhang na study nga reference is the Indian reference nga ni-consider siya ani na mga parameters. Possibly, you would also be considering those parameters, no? If you think it is suitable for the condition in our locality. And possibly, kanang dili na bitaw ka back from scratch nga ikapay maghunahon sa na mga parameters imong tan-awon because tendencies are naagyog kay ma-miss out ana. So mo nang maayo nang na may existing we use as a benchmark tong mga existing and add new parameters which you initially assessed would affect your modeling creation based on our local setting. Inana siya ba? Na kay initial, gamitan na lang to kay surti na kay tanganan na gaon na gamay. No? The third, presenting a critical review of published scientific studies related to the problem being considered, emphasizing research works that have been already done. Because obviously we don't want to do a repetition. No, we don't want to waste time and resources and money. What were the methods used? Yeah, because this could be used as our reference for our methodology, or this could be used as a reference for updating or proposing a new methodology. What were the major findings? Because you will be using or you will be referencing to their major findings during your results and discussion phase. Probably, if your output is in agreement with their output, then well and fine. If your output is in disagreement with their output, this doesn't mean that your output is wrong. No? It just means that the behavior changed because of some parameters that you have included in your research work. Dahil lahi man tag kondisyon, no? Posible dieg ang inyong i-consider nga parameter dako siyag effect, no? Dako siya effect or dako siya change, no, sa behavior. So that's why there's a difference in the trend, no? There's a difference in the results, then that's okay, no? Different result doesn't mean that your output is wrong. Okay? So what critical comments can be done about the works that have been done, because most likely this could be your new topic. Okay, sige. Okay. So establishing the knowledge gaps that can be filled by further researchers, no? So nga rin na masud na ang inyong topic after tanan ninyong discussion mo musud dayon na sa tumoy nga sa tanang nabuhat kani wala ni nila trabaho unya nga ra may musud mao na siya. Okay, and wrap up the story with the presentation of your research problem and obviously your research objectives, which will answer your research problem, no? So I hope that is clear. So citing of references must follow the APA formatting, and for convenience you may install Mendeley. It is a plugin, a free reference organizer for MS Word, or you could also use the references features of MS Word. We will be using justified, that is with no indentation, and you are to leave one space before starting another paragraph. Line spacing is 1.5 and should be followed throughout the text except when specified. So majority of the document will be spaced at 1.5 except at specific parts nga makasulti nga one, no? Especially in the tables and the figure labeling. Sa naman ta? When adding references, when adding and referring to use the cross-reference feature in MS Word. Leave two spaces before starting with another section. So you have your first section, which is your introduction or theoretical background. And before starting with the research significance or significance of the research work, leave two spaces before starting this segment. So logically argue how the findings of your research are able to fill in the knowledge gap. No? Well, um, you already showed that there is really a gap, there is really a problem. However, at this part, you will be arguing what's the significance, what's the significance of doing the research work. No? So what are the bigger implications of the body of knowledge in terms of the scientific community, in the technological community, in the social community, and in the economic aspect. Okay, I hope that's clear. No, so let's say the social community, the study will um, help alleviate, help us understand a scientific, but also help us understand the behavior of the development of potholes in the Philippine setting, no? And in the social, it will eventually, upon understanding and saan kanang adaptation of certain technologies to address pothole development or planning to address pothole development, then this eventually will ease up um, traffic congestion, social siya, and economic-wise, there would be a better direction or allocation of funds in terms of kanang kaysa masayang ang kwarta nga padong rag sige address o potholes na hinana siya. Okay. Then followed by your scope and limitations, which has already been discussed beforehand, and then your research and experimental design and methods. This section tells you how you will proceed in realizing the objectives. Sufficient detail should be provided explaining the relevance of the methods of the research objectives. Several subsections may be used if you wish to um, have it more organized. If daghan kay mong subsections, example, research design, design of experiments or your specimen design, materials to be used, kanang kanang specimen design no unsa ang sa pila ka weight ang sa sand, sa cement, sa water per specimen design, experimental procedures, analytical procedures, experimental methods should clearly spell out the variables between experimental and control specimens. And please take note that for experimental testing, we should follow ASTM standards nor other standards that are acceptable in practice and in the Philippines. So for research design and methods, experimental design methods, I highly suggest that you initially start with a methodological flow, no? Methodological flow. Kanang flow siya o unsa ang inyong buhaton for your experimental work para mas maklaro o dali ra maklaro ba o unsa ang inyong butan. Magsugod ba mo sa kanang survey, preliminary studies, data gathering, dayon, design of specimens, or na naman ba may design, breakdown sa inyong mga specimen. Okay, nawagtang ko. Anyways, ang ako lang target diri is make sure that your methods are aligned to your objectives. No, always repeating this one. Your objectives and methods should be aligned. That is, the first part of your methods should answer the first question or the first objective, and the last part of your methods should answer the last objective. No, so ma'am, is it necessary nga ang methods mo adjust sa objective? Sometimes it's also necessary that the objective adjust to the methods. Example, when you're doing materials, ang methods na to sa pag pag-produce og CHB, mag-una gyud ang slum test. No? Kay uga baya siya sugod. Dayon, later na ang hardened properties, that is your different types of strength test. No? May it be tensile, flexural, compressive. Kay mao man ang nature sa production sa CHB, sugod o basa padungan to sa gahi. So, wag yun kayo mabuhatan na sa methods, maugid na siya ang imuhang methods kay ika man ta sa mixing padung sa curing. So obviously, imong objective, di kayo ka magsugod sa strength test. Obviously, ang imong objectives mo adjust sa imong methods kay mo mang yung sequence sa pagtrabaho nato sa atong method. So, ang first sa atong objective, katong slump test or fresh state nga properties, then tumoy na ang ato ang um, hardened state properties. So, mag-adjust na inyong luha. No? Dili kay ang methods paper may mag-adjust based sa sequence sa inyong objective. Okay? Moreover, the objectives are there because it also limits your methods. Kaya um, basinyag ang methods ninyo, daghan kay mong buhaton, pero it doesn't answer the the statements on your objective, no? Likewise, basinyag underplayed ang inyong methods na mo'y objective, pero wala mo'y methods to answer the specific points on your objective, no? So, inana lang, don't underplay and don't overplay your methods. But what's important here, it must be detailed kay ang atuag yung i-check dire outside that the research problem is really a problem is your methods. Mo ni ang sa proposal is scrutinize. If okay na ang research problem, then ang scrutinize ana og maayo is the methodology. If sakto, if dili sakto, if complete and comprehensive na ba siya. Because dapat na siya ilimpyudaan kay basinyag magkaskas mo o kwarta kay or magkaskas mo time and effort kay naamoy data nga importante kayo pero wa din ninyo nakuha, no? Nya makuha ta ninyo dungan unta sa mga previous data ninyong nakuha. Inana ba, waste siya of time, and possibly that data could be crucial in your results and discussion. Inana siya. Okay? So crucial kay ni ang inyong methods. Then it will be followed by your reference. Only include in the list the works that have been cited in the main body of the proposal. I understand daghan kay mong nabasa, but you cannot include all of those in the reference list if they are not stated in the main body of the proposal. Unpublished works, except technical reports of government agencies, uh, unpublished works and non-peer-reviewed works are called or so-called gray literature are not ideal sources of information because they have not been verified and hence lacking credibility and must therefore be avoided. Followed is the cost estimate. No? So please note that include a contingency of 20% of the total cost. So here is the breakdown. You can change the subsectioning according to your thesis proposal. No? But for this case, you have here materials, laboratory equipment use, rental cost, room rental cost, and miscellaneous cost, which includes manpower if you wish to hire labor to assist you in your endeavors, external analysis if you wish to take additional maybe statistician, hire statistician to assist you, daghan mo budget, or other types of analysis, no? Then you could, or consultation, okay? You also include transportation, accommodation cost, and incidental cost. This shall be followed by your work plan and expected output. So, sayop na din ni June. Dapat August ni, no? So, it starts from August and ends in June. Okay? Start from the first day of class to the last day of class. So, i-indicate diri ang inyong activity or task and highlight which dates are included, covers, or the scheduled dates to which covers the activity and task, and write here expected outputs and the person or persons responsible for such activity. So, this shows nga unsa ka detailed na ang inyong trabaho, dapat naka-identify na diha, naka-forecast na mo nga after the proposal magsugod dayon mi ika-sem break baron, so naka-identify na diha unsa na mga days mo mag-data gathering, asa mo mga tumato ba mo Mandawi City Hall kay mga yung data ina na siya, so clearly and specifically indicated. Okay? So, ang total cost, please na lang sad ko, this is just as an estimate, but more or less, make it realistic kay mo sa na basis sa panelist to evaluate if dili ra ba overshoot mo for your capacity, no? Ina na kay BS level pa manggod ka, so dili sad ka magpatuyang og maayo. Okay. So, I think that's it, but I'd like to have an additional comment, no? Wala din ni na present sa previous group, but please share na lang. In writing tables, naam ko to siya sa final document. Sorry, wala ko na appeal dali. In writing tables, excuse me, I will open a new document na lang. Stop share. Okay. So, in writing tables, example, table 1. Ang table is naka-left and then, no? Okay. Table 1. Ang spacing between your table and your table title and the table is 1.0. 0. This should be single. Okay. Anak siya. Table 1 and your title here. Okay. So, this should be left-ended. Left-ended. Tagamay ra imong table. Okay? Left-ended siya. Dili siya naka-center. And have this both. Ang format sa figure, say this is figure 1 that is centered. And the figure is centered. No? I usually use insert table. Libog sa di mo. Anyways, ana, no? So, let's say example. Snip ko. Example, ha? Sample, this is my figure 1. Then it should be centered, no? That is for the case if you have only one figure. However, if you have multiple figures, figure 1. Let's say students. Figure 1. Student attendance. Example lang ha, students. Example, A, girls baron. Ay, ko na siya. Example na lang, girls. B, boys. C, na lang. Example ni guys ha. Ma'am, anong daghan kina? Example na guys. So let's say you have 4 figures. No? So what I do, para siya ma-center, hindi siya hugaw tanawon ba? I insert a 2x2 table, tang-tang border, and okay. Okay. And you write here A, B, C, C. Ano siya? Para center siya. Please take note when inserting your tables and figures, ug munaog gani ang munaogay ang imuhang title or for the case table, munaogay ang imong table na hagbilin ang title, idungan yun na ang duha, no? Yung ma'am, dako naman kayo og space diri. Then you move your right up, no? I-move siya above. So, na kay discussion unta diri sa ubos about whatever, then i-move siya sa taas. But please ensure that dili na kay siya layo, no? Ma'am, siya mo pasabot, ma'am, na dili na kay siya layo. Example, you are discussing here figure 1. Yan, nasa kayo i-discuss figure 2. This paragraph discusses figure 1. Ay, let's say, you have a paragraph here discussing figure 1. So, okay ra kay ni follow din ang figure 1. No, let's say this is figure 2. Kay okay ra kay ni follow din ang figure 1. Your next paragraph here discusses figure 2. So, dapat musunod unta dayon ang figure 2. Pero, maputol ang imuhang figure 2. Dayon, after sa figure 2, mag-discuss siya sa figure 3. Ma'am, maputol man siya. So, ako siyang ginaog. So, akong gibutang diri ang discussion sa figure 2 followed by the discussion on figure 3. Dili na siya mahimo. No? Kaya nga naman, layo na kayo ang figure 2. Ni-discuss na kag figure 3, pero layo na kayo mo figure 2. Ang angay ninyong buhaton, ana, rearrange mo. Posible ang discussion on figure 2, figure 3 ni. Discussion on figure 2, inyuhan ang inaog lam sa figure 2. As long as doon ra ang imong discussion o ang imong figure or table nga gi-call out, nga dili na siya mulayo o maayo kay kanang mupakli-pakli niyag maayo ang inyong leader ba, no? So para na dili tedious na kayo nga job sa inyong leader. I hope that's clear. Okay. I think that's it for today. Do we have questions from the group? Hello? Yes, Cortez? Cortez, sa una ha. Cortez?
Ay, good morning, ma'am. Madungog ko, ma'am.
Oh.
Ang kalaas ko, ma'am, ba, pwede ba part-time as advisor, ma'am?
Kinsa man?
Ang among nasa mind, ma'am, kay si Sir Alota, ma'am.
Oh, okay na. Nagsabot nami.
Okay ra, ma'am?
Okay na. Nagsabot nami nga okay ra siya.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Maestro. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sige. Yes, Dila sir na?
Sa kuan lang ma'am sa form 1. Kinsay kuan ma'am undergraduate research coordinator.
For the day ako, for the night Sir Abaw.
Then sa chairman ma'am. Ikaw gyapon ma'am.
Ako pa.
Thank you ma'am.
Thank you. And naana siya co-advisor nga field. For those walay co-advisor, ayaw lang butang i-leave it blank lang. Ayaw lang sa papasa. Kay standard format naman na siya na to. Yes, yes, Sandigan.
Good morning, ma'am. Pwede ko mo ask
Mhm.
kung pwede ra ba ka ng e-sign?
Depende sa preference sa inyong advisor.
Thank you.
Okay, sige. Thank you. Napay additional questions? Wala na. Okay. Yes, yes, Ninyo?
Good morning, ma'am.
Mm.
Ask unta ko, ma'am, ba if what if na ay magkaparehas na topic ba or scope since lahi-lahi mag-un og advice
Naay case nga ina na?
ay astra ko, ma'am, if na if kuan ba sa if nabay parehas
So
nga
far, wa pasag ko naka-encounter. Pero if ever tan-awon man na nato ang specimen designs. Pero so far, wa pa ako ka-encounter sa.
thank you,
Unless
ma'am.
na ay usa ka grupo nga ni-share niya, nasuya tong usa ka grupo. Which is bad practice, ano? Nga nganong manghilapot man ka nga na may topic ana sa laing grupo. Yun na siya. Sige, thank you, Ninyo, for your question. Are there other concerns? Okay. Should you have questions nga mo arise later on, share na lang sa GC para mabasa sa other groups and the responses for the questions mabasa sa sauban. Okay? That's it for today, everyone. And please closely coordinate with your advisor para mahanay na inyong trabaho. For my group, nalang ko giapas nga submission for tomorrow. I am free Thursday. We can meet Thursday afternoon whole day. Afternoon whole day. Afternoon whole afternoon. Naalang ko i-defense in the morning and padali, I'll check unsa tong Zoom meeting Friday. And Friday, I have something to attend to at 10 to 11:30. Otherwise, so far, free ra ko. Pero if mag-abot man ganita katong mga groups na ko nga magki-consultation, sabot lang ta sa GC na to what specific time para dili para mausa na akong consultation, dili maputol akong trabaho sa other na akong task. Ha? Ano na lang, pagsabot na mudaan sa GC, unsa ta orasa mag-meeting para mausara sa tamo og mita na lahuson ra. Okay? Okay. Thank you everyone. Thank you for your time and patience and God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.